All right, are you ready to talk about your favorite aspect of the Kia Niro?
That's a lie. You're gaslighting people.
Gaslighting you. In this video, Megan and I are definitely going to disagree on our thoughts on the styling of the Kia Niro EV.
Which means you're going to be wrong and I'm going to be right.
No, you're not supposed to talk during the intro.
Oh, sorry. Just couldn't hold it in.
Well, I think it's funky like me.
Don't ever say that again.
I'm going to express a little confusion about why exactly would you buy the Niro, especially at this price. Yes. Now that puts it in a weird spot. And Megan is going to accuse the Niro of giving her motion sickness.
Got to my destination, I was like, I literally feel car sick. Here's the front. I hate it. Down the side, I hate it. The weird gray panels, I hate them. The tires, the wheels, I hate them. The weird grille on the front, I hate it.
And so is the last Kia that we'll ever have.
I'm sorry, Kia, I'm sorry. I love the inside. I love the inside. He likes the outside.
Let's keep in mind, I said the outside was nice. So Megan and I definitely disagree about the way the Kia Niro looks. I thought the old Kia Niro was kind of hideous, to be honest with you. And I think the new Kia Niro kind of looks cool in a sort of funky kind of way.
If by funky you mean ugly.
I mean sorry, funky
Kia.
cool.
Sorry.
No, it's funky cool.
Funky ugly.
Okay. So we disagree. We disagree on the Niro's looks. I think
what's with that back color panel?
Yeah, well,
is that like a thing?
It wants to be cool? Like an Audi R8. Maybe it's trying to be an Audi R8 supercar. Probably not. But I actually appreciate the back panel because I think they broke up what is otherwise a boring box and kind of gave it character or uglier, depending on how you feel. Sorry, Kia. But I kind of like what they did with the lighting and stuff like that down here. And the charge port is in the front. Some people like that, some people don't. It's been fairly convenient for me, so I don't mind that. Going around the side, like where you can see the blade on the side, I'm gonna call it a blade because that's what Audi calls it. It does add character. I'm sure it's going to split people's view of the car. But
yeah, like split like you and then everybody else.
Yeah, the blade is definitely going to be divisive. But one thing I like about it is it breaks up the kind of otherwise blocky kind of color right here, especially in white. I think it looks pretty good with the contrast. And the tail light here coming off the blade, I think looks pretty cool. And when you come around to the back side, you can see that the tail lights essentially become these like thin little strips on the back hatch. And so overall, I think Megan's right. A lot of people might not love the way the Niro looks, but I appreciate that Kia is trying to do something different here.
I just don't like it. It's not for me. Maybe if it was in all black or something, but I hate the white, gray, weird panels. It's just not, it's not doing it for me. Let's check out the back.
Okay.
Is the back any better?
I mean, that's up to you.
Like this gray panel, what the heck? What? It's terrible. It looks like, you know, when people like paint their cars themselves and it doesn't look good. Wow. And they're like, I'm gonna paint this one panel gray and then this other panel gray, and that's like two different grays because you did it yourself or like your brother did it for you, and then it doesn't look great. That's what it looks like. So we need to, I don't like the panels. I mean, I guess the back isn't hideous. It's probably my favorite part because you can't see the gray panels too much. But I mean, there's just nothing special about it. I just don't love it. Sorry, Kia.
We can't win them all.
I love the inside. And he likes the outside, so
yeah, I think it's kind of funky.
There you go. Maybe in a different color. I'll go ahead and, do they all have the weird two-tone?
I don't know about that, but let's assume they do. I think it's funky like me.
Don't ever say that again. Should we see how big the back is while we're back here? Is it automatic? All right, that's a plus. That's a plus. Oh, well, you got all your stuff in there, so I can't climb in, but that's pretty good space. I mean, it's a small car, so I wouldn't expect it to have a ton of cargo space, but not bad. You can see all the camera stuff he's got going back here, and you could definitely fit suitcases or whatever you needed to do. So decent rear space.
Can't really hate space.
You could hate it if there isn't any.
Well, true.
Exactly.
You want to know where there isn't any?
In the back seat?
No, there is space in the back seat. You're a liar.
We're gonna go see.
There is space.
We'll see.
I can sit behind myself.
It looks real tiny to me. It looks real tiny to me.
I will
space?
show them I can sit behind myself right now with the magic of editing. Now, backseat in the Niro is a little bit smaller, which you'd expect because this is sort of a compact vehicle, all right? So this is where the seat is for me, and I'm 6'6", so I can fit, and I do have headroom, although my head kind of goes above the roof line, so the visibility is not great, but I can fit. Would I want to be back there for an extended period of time? No.
By extended period, you mean like more than 30 seconds?
Okay, maybe,
'Cause you look pretty
let's say 10 or 15 minutes,
Okay.
but children would be fine in the back of the Niro, so there's a plus.
Not our children.
Our children are freaks.
Small children.
Yes, our children are abnormally large.
Okay, maybe I did lie, because this really isn't that bad. The seats are comfortable. I feel very high up. Am I higher up back here?
Yeah, I think they're raised up.
It's like a stadium, like a stadium seating. These look really weird. The backs of the chairs?
Yeah, I guess you could hang something off there.
I don't know, that's bizarre. Okay, I mean, it's not bad. I'm 5'9", and I was driving, and I drive pretty far back. I like to have a lot of room. So 5'9", driving behind 5'9", and I could ride comfortably back here. So, okay, I'm sorry, Kia, I was wrong. It's not that small. Are there cup holders? Maybe if you pull this thing down? Oh yeah, there's some cup holders. Oh, and I forgot, my Stanley does fit up front. Nice big cup holders up there, so. It is a little low. I know what you're saying. Like, I feel like I'm gonna hit my head.
Yeah.
You can hang your purse. Maybe you hang your purse here? Is that what that's for?
Don't judge it so fast.
I know. I was wrong. I was wrong.
It's the first time I've ever heard those words.
Oh, very funny.
Now back here is 23 cubic feet of cargo space, which is not bad. That's pretty useful in a vehicle of this size. And because the Niro is basically a box, it's a very useful 23 cubic feet. So the Niro can take care of all of your kind of small SUV needs. You know, that's kind of around the same amount of space that we've had in some of the small SUVs that we've had recently. So if you're looking for something a little bit more efficient, you know, a low to the ground EV that's gonna get good range and still carry your stuff, the Niro is up to the task.
All right.
Are you ready for the enormous
Do I have to
front
find
trunk?
the thing? Oh gosh, you're filming me. How long is it gonna take me to figure it out? Hang on.
We're usually in the center.
I know, that's where I'm feeling, but I don't feel it.
We have
Okay, no, I
18
can do this.
minutes
Oh, wait,
of
wait.
footage.
I got it. It was like at the bottom. Okay. Where's the front trunk? This thing?
Open it. Huge.
Huge. Now, it's bigger than whatever. What was that other one?
The Genesis GV6.
Did you already tell me that?
I did.
I
Two or
wasn't-
three times.
I wasn't listening. I tune them out a lot. I'm sure y'all can understand. It's bigger than the Genesis GV6.
Sadly,
You could fit
yes.
multiple mail trips.
Yes.
Packages, small packages.
You could actually fit the charge cable.
It does have the cute little tiny.
Oh, the baby net.
Yeah, the baby net that
Yeah.
I really love a baby
Could
net.
fit a
Like,
couple
but what's
apples.
it for? Like your groceries, right?
Maybe a pickle.
Apples. I mean, a jar of pickles. No, like maybe an actual pickle.
Yeah.
Not sure why you would want to do that, but a pickle would fit.
I'm Pickle Rick!
Not much else though. Is this like a selling point for people?
Well, some EVs have front trunks, like
Like a
Tesla's,
big one?
the Ford F-150, the Ford Mach-E.
Okay, you could like hide, I don't know, small things, very small things.
Can you
Think
climb in?
pickle size. I cannot fit in there. Did you say can I climb in? Definitely not gonna happen. My shoes, you can fit some shoes in there. Like if you go to the
know,
store
your
and
feet
buy
are pretty
shoes,
big.
and you don't want to tell your husband that you bought shoes because he
Oh,
says you have too many shoes.
That's
I
the
could
shoe
totally.
shopping.
Yeah, I could totally hide my shoes there. Not in the boxes. You have to remove them from the boxes. But
10 out of 10
yes,
recommend.
so that's tiny. No. 10 out of 10 would not recommend.
So this is the fully electric Kia Niro, which means it has a quoted 255 miles of range. I'm seeing about 235 because you never quite get a perfect situation. And so it's been fairly warm and it's recharging up to about 235. Now the bad news is it doesn't recharge super fast. It can take like 80 kilowatts or something like that, which is not as nearly as much as the Hyundai Ioniq5 and the Kia EV6. So up to 80%, it doesn't take too long. But to get to that 100%, you need like way longer, like almost an hour. Here, check this out.
So charging the Kia Niro is a little bit different because it doesn't have quite the recharge capability of some of its corporate siblings, which you can see right there. There's an Ioniq5, which is superior to this in every way. We're gonna get to that later. So I plugged into a fast charger. Shout out to the Electrify America station at Mall of Georgia, where I live. The app worked flawlessly and the charger worked flawlessly, so credit where credit is due. It says I got about 8 minutes to get to 80%, and it's charging somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 kilowatt hours, which is kind of the problem here. Most of these EVs can take up to like 150 or more. This thing can't. And so when you're restricted to like 60 kilowatt hours, like to recharge, it kind of really slows things down. So I can get to 80% quickly, but the car told me that it was going to take 55 minutes to get to 100%. That's a lot. Oh, and real quick, because the app worked and the charger worked, I can see the station I'm on and monitor the status of the car as it's charging on the app. This is like almost like a Tesla now.
Now it has a 200 horsepower electric motor. It's like 188 pound-feet of torque. So you're not gonna get those crazy acceleration numbers that you get in some other EVs. Kind of like Megan's exuberance to the GV60. Do you remember that? You like the GV60?
And what I don't like about this is that I put the gas on and literally I feel like I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, it doesn't have the pickup. Now she's starting to get used to that.
But it doesn't have
EV.
the pickup means it has no pickup.
Okay.
Literally none.
It's as like a normal car. It's like a normal car.
No. I'd say it's worse.
Okay, it's slightly slower than a normal car, but it's definitely not that crazy EV shove you get from sort of other more performance-oriented EVs.
We're currently driving in the Kia Niro, which is a small car. Yes, mid-size car. What do you call this?
I would say small.
It's pretty small. All electric.
Yes, this is the full electric. They have 3 versions.
Oh, so we're in the full electric version.
Yes.
Okay, is this the most expensive? The full?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I hate the way the outside looks, I'm not gonna lie. The inside, however, when I saw it from the outside, I was like, oh gosh, this is not cute. But then from the inside, I actually really like it. I think it looks nice. It looks expensive to me. I love the steering wheel. It doesn't have the spoke thing down here, which I love. It's like big and fat, which I love. I think the materials look nice. I like the black shiny, he doesn't. But it doesn't bother me at all. I think the displays are really nice. I don't hate the switchback thing. Do you not like it? What is it called?
No, I do like it.
You like it, where it switches from what, like audio?
Yeah,
is that
audio and
to
climate control.
Yeah.
Some people complain about it.
Why?
Because they're like, but then you have to touch twice for one function.
Oh, no, it doesn't bother me. And these seats, what are they? Is this leather? It's like a weird.
Yeah, I don't know what they are, but they're very
like
comfy.
A cross. Yeah, so I really like the way it looks from the inside. It's a little small. Like the back seat is pretty small. So like, I feel like for someone who like doesn't drive too far and doesn't have kids, this is like a perfect vehicle. Like whipping around in the city because it's pretty small, you can park easily. Like I think it'd be perfect for that kind of. Is that who like this is geared toward?
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider it a family car. I mean, I guess if you had little kids and you didn't drive the kids that much, you could drive this car. But like I love the interior. Now what I do not like. Because it literally makes me feel car sick, is this regen gas brake pedal thing situation. It has these little paddles and you can change it, but even when you change it, I still feel like I can feel it a little bit. Like it's when you're lifting up off the gas and it brakes, and it is really hard to get used to. Now maybe if I drove it more, I'd get more used to it and I wouldn't feel it, but the first time I drove this, I was like, got to my destination, I was like, I literally feel car sick. Because it's just real jerky and grabby and hard to get used to. I don't love that.
It's not as smooth as some other ones.
Yeah, because I feel like you've had some that did that, right? Like as soon as I drove it, I was like, oh, I know what this is because we've driven cars like that. But this is real jerky and real, I don't like it. So that right there, like I would immediately take it off of that. I still feel it a little bit though. I don't know if it's just
It's on low power right now.
Yeah, it really bothers me. And I feel like I guess electric cars don't really have, what is it called when you go from 0 to 60, like good pickup or whatever?
No, they have really good pickup. This one just doesn't.
Oh, okay. Well, this has like literally no pickup.
It's been in eco mode the whole week.
Okay, will that change if I get it out of eco mode? I'm like at stop signs or stoplights, and then I go and I'm like, go little car. Like I feel like people behind me are about to start honking.
Press the button
because
on the bottom of the steering wheel.
Where? Oh, drive mode. Why don't you tell me? Whoa, okay. Okay, I take it back, Kia. I take it back. It's got red dials too, like fire.
Yes.
Okay.
You are a sucker for changing
I
dials.
am. I really am. And okay, I take all of that back. Just drive in sport mode. Why didn't you tell me this?
Well, because I've been commuting in it.
Why were you holding back?
Because I was
so you want to save your
each way.
So you want to save your this way takes more electricity.
I had to drive an hour and a half this week each way.
So do I need to get it out of sport mode?
No, we're fine today.
We're fine today. Okay. But so then you would probably want to drive short places if you wanted it in sport mode, right?
Yes.
So like I said, perfect for someone who's like lives in the city, works in the city, drives short places. Perfect. You can drive it in sport mode, then you don't have to worry about the pickup. But in regular mode, like literally it's got negative pickup. I don't think that's a thing, but that's what this car has.
No pickup.
Eco mode. Okay. In normal mode, it's probably decent.
Yeah, don't sell it short.
Okay. Eco mode, why would you ever, but like eco mode, if you want to like be able to move the vehicle, you need to get out of eco mode.
I literally just told you I drove all week in eco mode to save.
Yeah, how did you get anywhere? It doesn't go.
You have to plan ahead.
It doesn't go. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
so
no lie,
you have
it's
to
bizarre.
plan way ahead.
It's bizarre. You have to like smash the pedal way far to get it to like go
Don't
anywhere.
pull out in front of a Mack truck.
Yeah, do not pull out in front of anybody going any sort of speed because you won't make it. It will be your last moment. I feel like the ride is hindered by the gas brake thing.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I have a hard time appreciating the ride
You never
because
can
I
just focus
feel
on
like
one
I
thing.
feel nauseous. I'm like, are we going? Are we stopping? Are we braking? I don't like it.
I think that was a bit much.
No, that's how I feel. I'm just giving you my honest opinion. But now that we're in sport mode, I feel like it's better. You just lied to me this whole week. You didn't tell me that I had a mode that could have made all of this better because I don't feel like I notice it very
Well,
much.
'cause I
So I'm
was
like
driving.
at 0, whatever that's like, down to where it's
Yeah.
not doing the regen thing, and I'm in sport mode. So
Now you're happy.
now I'm happy. So take back the negative things about the
Yeah,
drive. As long as
apologize
you're,
to the Kia Niro.
I already said I'm sorry, Kia. As long as you don't need to go far, and it's okay if you're in sport mode because I guess that uses up more electricity, more energy.
You're spending a lot of time on sport mode stuff.
I love a good sport mode. I love the red fiery dials. The fiery dials.
All automakers make red fire dials.
Yeah, and then people will buy it.
Megan is right about the way this car drives. I had it in eco mode. Now, she didn't know it was in eco mode when she was experiencing all the herky-jerkiness and stuff like that. But I had it in eco mode because I had to drive a lot this week, and the Niro did great in terms of driving. But it is probably one of my least favorite EVs, just in terms of the smoothness of the regen braking.
Yeah, shouldn't you be able to put in eco mode without feeling carsick?
Yeah, you've done it before and had been fine. Like, we did it with the GV60, and I've done it with the different Fords and stuff. I've done it with the Hyundai Ioniq5, which is still probably my favorite all-around EV. And it's more natural. You just get more of a progressive feel. In this one, it just doesn't feel as progressive. And you also have the version where you can pull the paddle to come to a complete stop. I don't really like that. I feel like just if you're gonna do one pedal driving, do one pedal driving. And so it's not my favorite. I'm sure you get used to it. I did over the course of the week, so I'm not going to beat it up too bad. But
I don't think I would ever get used to it.
I do agree that it is not my favorite system. It's probably one of my least favorite.
I was going to say it's the worst.
The worst for
But just don't put it in
Megan.
eco mode. But if you
Yeah.
want to be able to put it in eco mode, it's going to be a struggle.
No, like, we're in sport mode right now, and the pickup, if you put your foot down on it,
Oh.
it has a little bit of that initial EV surge. It's not nearly as dramatic as the GV60, but the Niro can get up and go. This only has like 200 horsepower, so it's pretty good considering it's like 188 pound-feet of torque, I think I said earlier. So I'm pleased with the amount of power and the way this thing drives. Okay, let's talk about that for a second, because this is more my forte. The suspension on this thing is really nicely tuned. I looked at a couple reviews where they said they thought the ride was brittle or bouncy. No, you're wrong. Whoever said that, auto journalist, whoever said that, you're just flat wrong. This thing rides really well.
I agree.
I really like the ride.
I agree.
It's comfortable, but it's
Whoa.
composed. Like, that was
Oh,
a nasty
sorry.
bump. No, it's okay. I mean, that's a nasty bump. Here's another one coming up at the bridge expansion right here,
Whoa.
and this thing handles it really well. I'm very
Footage is going to be so bad. I apologize, everybody.
okay. So if you could see the top of my head cut off, or the bottom of my chin cut off,
It's
or
my
half my
fault.
face
It's
cut
my
off,
fault.
yes, that's Megan, camera woman extraordinaire over there. But the Niro's ride is so comfortable while still being controlled. It's something I complain about in a lot of cars where they're soft and out of control, where the car's constantly moving. This feels very settled. So good job on the ride handling, and you're wrong whoever says otherwise. Everything else about the Niro is very easy to live with. If you were getting this in its hybrid or plug-in form, where you're getting all of this essential goodness, I think you'll find a lot to like here. This is a very good daily commuter car.
I agree. If you don't look at the outside
If you only live in the car,
and not look at the outside of the car.
it's a very good daily commuter car.
Yes.
I actually think it looks pretty good.
So again, I love the materials up here. I know I've already said that. It's got good cup holders. The Stanley fits. You know how important that is to me. No good place for your purse. My purse had to throw that in the back. But I mean, it's a small car, so I wouldn't really expect that. I like the inside. And I like the shiny black.
Shiny black plastic's the worst.
You're the worst.
It's
but,
the devil.
wow.
That escalated quickly.
Ask anyone
That's
who reviews
dramatic.
cars.
That's
Anyone who
dramatic.
reviews cars. Anyone who knows cars, has cars, have ever seen a car. Shiny black plastic is the
Okay,
worst.
I review cars. I know cars. I have cars.
Oh, wow. Now you review cars.
Yes, actually. Yes, I do.
Oh.
This is my channel now. And I like the shiny black.
Alright.
So we can all agree to disagree.
One of one in America.
Very funny.
Now, one area where the Niro really wins is on the interior. The interior looks pretty cool. I actually really like the design of the interior. The materials of the interior are good. There's one exception. You can probably see it. I'm gonna show it to you now. I'm gonna show it to you in B-roll. It's all of this glossy black plastic. That's disgusting, and it's everywhere, and it's really messing up what is otherwise a really cool interior.
I disagree.
I
don't hate that.
But you touch it and it becomes disgusting.
I don't hate it. Well,
that's just,
okay, that's disgusting.
But that's what kids are gonna do.
No,
kids are gonna be licking windows.
You mean it becomes like
touching,
fingerprints and stuff?
Oh yes, fingerprints, dust, everything. Okay, so Megan enjoys a good fake glossy black plastic, but like other than that, now look, plenty of room. For 6'6", so I've got plenty of space. I like the wheel. You got dual 10-inch screens.
I love the wheel.
Yeah, the wheel feels
like
really nice. Yeah, the wheel is
it's got the
it's a plus.
It's empty underneath. Do you know what I mean?
Empty underneath.
Okay, where you can put your hands. You know, I don't like when you can't put your hands.
It doesn't have a spoke right here, is what she means.
On the bottom.
All right, you got the dual 10-inch screens. You got heated and cooled seats, because this is, now we're gonna come back to this. This is the Wave edition of the Niro, and it comes in the base trim of the Wind edition. This is fully loaded, so you got the Harman Kardon sound system, you got heated and cooled seats, you got a sunroof, you got all the good things, except for the price. We'll talk about that later. Oh, and one more thing, people complain, or I've seen people complain about Hyundai and Kia doing the switching infotainment and audio system thing. I'll put it on screen so you can see what I'm talking about. I don't know what they're complaining about. I really don't find it the slightest bit inconvenient. In fact, I think it's a great way to save a little space in the interior. So I think it's cool. What do you think? You press a button and it switches between the media and the climate control.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. You'll have to show me. Yeah.
Then we'll count that as a neutral. We'll count that as a neutral. All right, wrap up. Kia Niro.
Wrap up.
Buy, don't buy.
The Megan moment. We still haven't decided what we're gonna call it. Okay, so I buy or not buy. If you had to look at the outside, I say don't buy. But if you can ignore the outside, or if the outside isn't super important to you, and you want an electric car, buy it. I love the inside. I love the way the interior looks. Now that I figured out the whole sport mode thing, which in my defense, he never told me, I don't hate the way it drives. I think it's pretty comfortable. It's nice. Once you turn off the regen or whatever the brake thing, it's a lot better. So I hate the outside, but like, I don't think, does everybody care all that much about it? Or like, you like it, so.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, so I think it's just personal opinion. I don't love the outside, but if you do, I would buy it. I feel like it's not too expensive.
It's $47,000.
Oh. That's expensive.
Yeah, I recommend you get the plug-in.
Okay, what does that mean?
Well, it's less than 40 grand. But
does it look nice, like on the inside?
Yeah, it looks basically the same, yeah.
Oh, okay, well then get the plug-in, whatever that means. But because the inside looks really great, and it is a comfortable ride. I love the seats. The back seat does have decent space, so outside, I'm gonna give it like a 2 out of 10.
Yikes.
Sorry.
Worst
Inside,
score of all time.
I mean, so far. Maybe
Kia
someone
Niro.
can send me something uglier, but so far, that's how I feel.
I'm not sure automakers want to take that challenge on. Send Megan something uglier.
It's just my personal opinion. The inside, I mean, a 9 out of 10.
Whoa.
Like, I like it. I really like it.
Arc.
I love the dials. I love the way the inside looks. The seats, whatever that material is, because it doesn't really feel like leather.
It's pleather.
I like them. And I think they look nice. And then the way it drives in eco mode, like a negative 29 out of 10.
Oh, new lowest score
Makes
ever.
me, like I said, literally I felt car sick driving it that way. But when you put it in sport mode, like a 9 out of 10. I loved it. So overall, can we balance out the 2 out of 10 and the 9 out of 10? Probably a 7 out of 10. I don't hate it. I think it's a great little electric car.
But factor in the price and you go hybrid
then that's
or plug-in.
Expensive. So then I go plug-in, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah,
is the hybrid even cheaper?
They have a hybrid and they have a plug-in.
Oh, okay. I'm big on hybrids. I really love a hybrid because I don't want to be stuck somewhere where I can't charge up. That makes me very nervous. So I'd say hybrid. Do it. Buy it. Buy it if you want a good hybrid. Buy it. Not me, but you.
Now, the question is, should you buy a Kia Niro?
If you only see the inside, sure.
Oh, okay, when you come to the dealership, they just take you straight to the inside of the car.
With a blindfold on for the
whole
outside, yes.
exterior.
Yes.
But if you don't mind the way the Niro looks, there is a lot to like here. But let's get back to that price, because I said that the price was a bit of a problem. The Niro EV starts at $41, which is not terrible.
That seems terrible to me.
Okay, it seems terrible to Megan. Unfortunately, this Niro is the Wave edition. It's fully loaded. which means it costs $47,000.
Oh, good gracious.
Now that puts it in a weird spot because you are far more expensive than the Bolt and the Bolt EUV and the Nissan Leaf, and you're not that less expensive than the Ioniq 5, Ioniq 6, and Kia EV6. So I feel like my advice would be two
Don't buy
things.
it.
If you really want, don't buy. Okay,
Sorry.
Kia,
Sorry,
don't
Kia.
ignore her.
Sorry, Kia. I'm a big Kia fan, but just
yes,
not here.
yes, she likes her Kias, but here's my advice. If you really have your heart set on the EV, go with the base model. You get a lot of the goodness. It comes with the infotainment system and a lot of the things standard because it's the full EV. So for 41, you get a lot of the good stuff and you skip some of the frills, okay? The other thing that I would strongly suggest is the plug-in hybrid. You get like 30, 33 miles of EV range, you get hybrid efficiency, and you can get that for another couple grand less. So now when you're down in the high 30s, I think the Niro makes a lot more sense. I like this. I really like the Niro. Don't get me wrong. I really like the Niro. Contrary to what she says,
I really don't.
I really like the Niro. She's shifting positions because I'm still talking to the camera ways.
My arms are about
all right.
to fall.
All right, let's do some arm workouts.
I just did. That's the problem.
She just got off of arms and I said, let's go film. So if you have your heart set on the Niro, there is a lot to like. I would go with the Wind Edition, okay? But that plug-in hybrid Niro, to me, that's the one that I would get personally, all right?
I just get a Telluride.
Okay, or just forget EVs and forget gas mileage. Just get a Kia Telluride.
It's my fave.
Yeah.